Hello, gonna do another face off today. I've got something slightly different as well. So I've got some new stones. This one's I've got a Coticule edge, the Belgian Coticule. It's a vintage one. I got it from a barber. It's an old. Basically, I bought like a roaming barber's. Well, everything he had basically, like work-wise. It's been in storage since the 50s. Loads of scissors and stuff, a few razors, nothing really of mention, but I wanted the stones, so I wanted a Coticule and a vintage one, because I just don't. I think some of the vintage stones are better than what's being mined nowadays. But obviously I might be incorrect. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's not what I wanted. Old brush fell on the floor. Yeah, that's alright actually, I think. What was I saying? Yeah, I wanted to get like, well, one that a barber had as well. So he had 3 Coticules, and I think he had a, what is it, a Wash-Heba or something? I don't know. I'm gonna have to try and find out what it is. I'm gonna sell one of the Coticles because I've got no need for it. I've got this convex one. Hang on, let's put that down so I don't drop it. Convex one, and I'm gonna keep this for a while as well. So it's quite parallel with, you know, that point meets that point, and that point meets. The only thing is, look, it's got a bit of a. I'd imagine that's where he was pulling the razor off the edge, because I noticed that as well. And then I've got this one. And look at the thickness of the actual like white cutting edge. That side's not as thick, but still got plenty of meat on it, so to speak. So yeah, it's a keeper, man. I've lapped it more or less flat. There's a little tiny bit in the corner here, but I'm not bothered about that because I can just turn it this way or that, and I won't hit that for a while anyway. And it's only, you're only talking £0.5 or something. So I thought, well, you know, flat's flat, but it don't have to be so flat, if you know what I mean. And that's been flattened on my DMT plate, dia plate thing that's meant to be scientifically regulated to be a certain thickness. Oh, and I've started a new puck now as well. So my Crabtree and Evelyn sandalwood, I've had to give it up, man. It was getting a pain in the ass to get the lava up, but it looked like a little tiny hula hoop by the time I finished with it, so I'm quite proud. Lasted a lot longer than I thought when I broke through the bottom. And now I've got this rather lovely lime geo thumper. It's not very strong. If I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit disappointed with the old scent. I thought it'd be a bit stronger, but sometimes these pucks, they get a bit stronger as you get into them, if you know what I mean. It was all wrapped up and everything, so it wouldn't have lost its scent, if you know what I mean. It's a bit vintage. I'm not sure how old it is. It's definitely not like new stock or anything. I got it when I bought a job lot of stuff ages ago, and it's just been sat there. I've got a rose one as well, and I think that's a geo thumper. So I might alternate my soaps a little bit now, just for something different. It's a good lava. So yeah, so I've got, oh sorry, yeah, completely forgot, hang on. And then this other razor, which is a rather lovely little razor. It's a J.A. Hellberg. It's one of these number 12s, which is their own kind of, and it's basically a near wedge, quarter hollow, whatever you want to call it. And it's got some nice engraving on this one. Please ignore my marker pen marks on it and stuff like I wrote on this side. What I wrote, Chewy, no tape from 5k. So basically, so I know what I'm doing. And the reason I ain't got none of the edge marker off is because I normally get it off with a bit of alcohol and a bit of cotton bud, you know, like the earbuds. But I didn't want to mar the edge in any way, so this one says Coty on it, Coty from 5k. And that's what I've been doing different as well. So instead of taking it to 12k and then sort of taking it back on the natural, I've just gone to 5, spent a bit more time on the 2, a bit more on the 5, and took it to whatever one I wanted to finish on. So I figure at least, at the very least, I'm going to get a more kind of a sort of, you know, accurate reading of the edge there's no chance of the 12. I know some people kill the edge on the 12 and then put a fresh edge on it, but I didn't feel like doing that. Not that I'm against it at all. And this engraving on this one, it's got some of the same stuff as the one I had a few weeks ago, but it's got some extra bits on it as well. But I think it kind of says Swedish fabricated, SARS guarantee. I think it's like guarantee. And then the bit at the bottom around the eagle, from memory, it's to do with these lands are protected or something like that. And this Carl Victor, he's got no number on it at all, but effectively it's a number 31, I believe, MK31, but without a thumb notch. And they did put a number on, they did designate a number for this kind of type of razor, but as is with all sort of these vintage razors, all their numbering systems a bit loose, other than kind of like the MK 21, 29, 30, 31, 32, the MK 30, 1, 3, 4, they're all quite rigid, but you get quite a lot of variance in them. Right, so without further ado, let's give this old lime and lava. Like I said, I think it could have smelt a bit more, but I suppose some people will have to put them off a little bit, so I don't know. Just feels like it could have had a bit more smell to it. It lavas up really well. You can tell, like, just from lavas up nice and quick as well. I'm a bit biased though, because I've just come from that little tiny hula hoop puck, so. But it definitely seems to create quite a lot of foam. Pretty rapid. It's 2 days growth. I did do a video only the other day, but my missus completely ruined it by coming in and moaning at me basically. So I had to ditch it. Let's get that here, look at that. Ooh. That was a massive one. Alright. You get to my hair, you start losing hair on your head, great in your ears. Lovely. So this is the Coty edge. Coticule. Not sure if I'm saying that quite correct, but that's the first Coticule edge I think I've ever, I'm near sure it is. I bought some supposed shave ready J-Nats before, which one was really good. One a bit so-so, but this is the first time I've shaved with a Belgian stone. Let's try not to throw my old tash off, I've got it going again. Very impressed. First time honing with it, first time shaving with it, so it should get a bit better as I learn the stone more. Might have to give it a few more laps and whatnot, but you know, I'm not one to just try loads and loads and loads of laps. I'd rather. This is the JA Hellberg, and straight away it's a wildly different sensation and feel, noise. But this has got some lovely steel. I've had lots and lots of JA Hellbergs. I must have had at least 3 or 4 No.12s, and I think this is the best one I've had. It's got the, I'm sure this has got a decent box with it that I ain't got with me now actually. I think it's downstairs. Yeah, it has. It's got a good box, remember now. This razor has definitely not been used much at all. There's no wear, visible wear on it anyway, let's put it that way. And in the pivot there's no rust whatsoever. It's a nice razor, this one. But like I said, I do like these 12s. They're like almost like the bigger brother of the Carl Victor's 24s. Better razor as well, I'd say. You definitely nailed these ones, I think. That's going to work. It's only a little tiny Thuringen I've got. Churi Edge, Thuringen. Am I saying that right? Not sure, not German. It's only a little stone, but it's a marvellous little stone. It's got some nice little patterns in it. Makes a lovely noise when you're sharpening, when you're honing. You just have to be a bit careful that you're not sort of running the possibility of tipping the razor on the edge. That's the only thing with the little stones. But I will get a bigger one. I'm just not up for spending stupid money on some of them. I mean, some people are asking hundreds, man. Well, I get it, that some of them are quite rare, but at least if you buy a J-nap from somebody that's really kind of knows what he's at, and it's been stamped as well, you really do know what you're getting. You know, it's a tested stone. That's the beauty of the J-nats, I think. Not that I've got one yet, but they've been heavily sort of tested and that. Right, let's go against the grain. So where you really see what the blade's at, really, when you go against the grain. Very good. Very, very impressed. I'm happy I bought that lot now. Yeah, just wrong angle then. That's good. It's definitely smooth as well, like. See, some people moan that sort of like the 1200 synthetics and that, they can be a bit harsh, and like, I've definitely sharpened a few of my Shapton 12,000 and they felt too sharp basically, like shaving with them. Like, they was alright and everything, but you could tell they were definitely on the sharper side. It's a funny old thing, isn't it? People sharpen them right up to 30 grit and that, it's just like, whoa. Each to their own, no? So like I said, some people call it, what do they call it? Going down the wormhole. No, that's wrong, isn't it? I always say start out in your synthetics because you know where you're at with them, they're constant, you know what I mean? Yeah, with these synthetics, they're constant, they're reliable, you can really like nail down your technique. I find this one easier to shave with than the hologram, which is very different. Normally I struggle more with the wedges a bit. I know this isn't a full wedge, but it is. Once I get it over my chin bump at the bottom, I'm alright to go. Oh, wobbly chin, boy, oh, wobbly chin. Very impressed with that. That's the best number 12 from Mr. J.A. Hellberg I've ever had. I've had a couple of good ones as well. I've definitely had 3, I know I have, because I can remember the actual razors. But I might have had a few more. But that one's definitely top tier for a number 12 J.A. It's a nice razor as well, it's just nice to use, feel, touch, steel's marvellous on it. It sharpened really well, it had a little microchip on it, like one that you couldn't even feel on your fingernail, so I got that one out and that took ages. And I must have had about 8 layers of tape on it at one point to get the nick out. Chase the bevel back, I take the tape off now, I go from, I do 1000, sometimes I do 2000 with the tape on as well. Just to get some of the scratches out and that, and then I'll take the tape off and basically chase it to the apex of the bevel on the 2000, and I'm finding I'm getting slightly better edges. I find I can strop them better, especially the wedges. That's 100% like, because I've done well, I call it experiments, but you know, with the strops with a bit of marker pen on everything, and you know, with a strop it'll take that marker pen off, like where you're hitting it. And what I was noticing was on some of my wedges, I weren't quite hitting the apex, man. So it goes to show, like, I know it's only a tiny bit of tape, but if you hold your strop nice and taut, like I do, and you are kind of mentor from what I can say, what I've read and whatnot. Alright, well, it's a good shave. Both razors, ready to rock and roll, ready to go back in the world. I might keep that J.A. Hellberg for a while, but then I don't know, I'll have to have a look through the ones I've got, my keepers and whatnot, and think to myself, do I really need to keep another one? Right, so first shave with a Conti. That's not a first shave with a Thuringen, because I've had another one of them stones before that I sold, which I wish I never sold. But at the time I was going through my synthetics. And I think the J.A. Hellberg wins the day today. I do. That's a good soap as well, I like that. Like I said, I wish it smelt a bit more. A little bit sort of stronger or whatnot, but as you can tell, look, I've only loaded it up once. It didn't take me long to lather it up. Load it up. It is a big old brush. I use, what is it, the BLK12S, isn't it? There we go, I remember it now. BLK12S Silvertex Kent. I'm yet to have another brush that beats this brush, that's why I just keep using it really. I've tried about another 4 or 5 brushes in the last year, just because I wanted to try some naturals, because I'm not against naturals or anything. Right, that's it. Showed you my stones, didn't I? Oh, God almighty. You know, I mean, I might end up selling the old convex, but I've read that some of the German bellied, like the strong German belly hollow grinds, can sometimes benefit from a bit of convex honing. So just have to get your teeth in stuck into it at a later date. You know what I mean? And to do that to a stone, it must be quite hard work. You know, imagine like trying to do that to a stone, like so it's all nice perpendicular, all 4/4 or near enough anyway. That must be quite hard to do because you're wasting a lot of your abrasive edge, isn't you? Side. Right, that's it then. That's it. Love you and leave you. Hope you're having a good day. I'll see you later. Bye bye.